Hello and welcome to yet another video by Deccan Herald. Today we'll be discussing the seat sharing discussions which are happening among the National Democratic Alliance parties for the Bihar elections. The Bihar elections was announced a couple of days back, and since then there's been a hot parley between alliance partners both in the India Alliance and NDA. To discuss this, I have my colleague Amrita Madhukalya with us. Hi.
Hi.
What's your take about the discussions within the NDA between the BJP and the JDU mainly when it comes to seat sharing in Bihar?
Since the last time the elections were fought in Bihar, the dynamics within the BJP and the JDU has sort of changed, because in 5 years a lot of things have happened. You no longer have leaders like Sushil Modi and for the BJP, which makes it a little difficult for them. On the other hand, you also have a more weakened JDU, because the last elections the JDU was, it did fairly worse off than the BJP in comparison. And the fact that the JDU has walked back to the BJP, it's walked out at one point. So the equation remains a little tense, but the BJP knows that they need to depend on the JDU for whatever purposes. So since last year, the JDU fought on 115 seats and they won like 43. The BJP in comparison, they fought 110 seats, they fought on 110 seats and won like about 74. So that tilted the equation a little bit in BJP's favor. This year, the BJP is likely to drive a harder bargain. It is probably going to ask for more seats in the equation. You also have like the BJP positioning two deputy CMs with Nitish, Kumar to sort of have a bit of control with itself. So seat sharing talks are now likely to be held on October 12th. That's what we've been told by the sources in the BJP. But since the nominations for the first phase of the election starts on October 10, so there is a possibility that the meetings happen just the next 2-3 days also. So yeah, I mean, in terms of just looking at the larger NDA parties in the Mahagathbandhan in Bihar, it looks like the BJP definitely is going to drive a harder bargain.
Before I go to the other alliance partners, I just want to stay on this one. How important a factor is Nitish Kumar? Because Nitish Kumar has been the face of elections for the for JDU and the NDA for quite some time now. This election, how do you see Nitish Kumar's role as leading the NDA? How important a figure is he this time?
For better or for worse, I think the BJP and the JDU definitely needs to depend on Nitish Kumar as a local face within Bihar. Okay. You also definitely have the Prime Minister who draws a lot of crowds in Bihar, who enjoys a lot of support. Now, what is curiously common to both Nitish Kumar and Narendra Modi within Bihar is the support of women.
Okay.
And the BJP is now gearing to sort of win the woman vote again. They have just announced this one scheme for self-help groups where I think over 1 lakh is going to be given to a bunch of women, to do self. It's something like the Lakpati Didis. It's a localized version of that. You also have girls being given like scholarships and cycles and a lot of like plethora of these kind of schemes. So they are primarily looking at wooing women, both the JDU and the BJP.
Okay.
And that has been their primary voter base in the state. So in terms of looking at how important Nitish is, I think the BJP doesn't have any other face who is going to rival the sort of popularity that Nitish has. So he's going to be the primary face. There is a probability, because of his failing health issues, that they might ease him out midterm or later on in a few years. That is always a possibility, but from what it appears, the BJP will have to depend on him for right now, as well as the Prime Minister's popularity in the state.
Okay, now let's move on to the other NDA allies, and Chirag Paswan's LJP has thrown a spanner in the wheel of works in the sense that it has demanded 40 seats.
40 seats in there.
Last time elections it fought on its own. Yes. This time it's asking for 40. How do you see this?
See, Chirag, I think obviously is right now riding on a high of the wins that he had in the Lok Sabha elections. just to do a quick recap on what he's done in 2020. In 2020, he decided to walk out of the NDA. He decided to contest on, I think, 135 or 140, I'm forgetting the exact number, seats on his own. But what happened is he ended up winning only one seat. But beyond that one seat, what he did is that he brought down Nitish Kumar's tally to 43. He heavily damaged JDU. But eventually, after the Bihar elections was done for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections, he came back into the NDA fold, and he fought on 5 Lok Sabha seats, and he won all 5.
Okay.
So right now he is banking on that strike rate of 100, which is the recent strike rate, 2024. So I think he is now driving a harder bargain than the BJP is keen to allow him, and he has been voicing a lot of displeasure and his opinions against the BJP on certain counts. And he's also said that, if the need arises, he can go and join hands with Prashant Kishor, who is now shaping up to be another key factor in these elections. So he has demanded definitely 40 seats. This is what the BJP sources have told us. But BJP in no way is going to give him 40 seats. I mean, they're not willing to give it to him. So they want to not go beyond 15-20 seats. Now seat sharing talks are now scheduled for October 12. So we will have to see how that works for him. Whether the BJP agrees to give him, 40 seats, I don't think so. That's at all likely.
Any information that you have whether the BJP leadership has met Paswan and have they been talks?
The BJP leadership recently, like yesterday, they held meetings with him in Patna. The party's election in charge, Dharmendra Pradhan, the Union Minister, Education Minister, and the party's co-in charge, Vinod Taude, who is the General Secretary of the party, they both held meetings with him to have a clearer picture. Chirag Paswan, to the best of our knowledge, has also met party president JP Nadda during the last monsoon session. He basically wanted to discuss seat distribution within the NDA at that point. I think then things were a little more fluid because elections were not announced. So, he's had a series of meetings, and leaders in the BJP have told us privately that, they're saying if anybody wants to walk out, they're free to do that. But I think that they're also trying to see if he walks out, how badly they're.
It's like who's going to blink first.
Who's going to blink
at the
first?
Moment. Yeah. Let's look at the smaller ones, like there is Manjhi's HAM,
yes.
Upendra Kushwaha's party, and the VIP. How are these smaller NDA parties? What are their demands? How are they placed in the larger picture?
They're making some weird demands, all of them, obviously, because this is the best time to make demands. VIP had fought as part of the NDA in 2020. This year it is not part of the NDA. HAM had been with the party in 2020. They fought on about 7 seats and they won 4. VIP had won 4 for them, but then VIP is now with the India Gathbandhan. Upendra Kushwaha's party did not fight the elections with the NDA. This year, I think Upendra Kushwaha and Jitanram Manjhi are both demanding about 20 seats each.
Okay.
And I think the BJP is keen on giving 7-8, I think, each, or maybe even scale it up to the 11 seats that HAM had gone last time. HAM did not have a great strike rate last year. It won only 4 seats. I think from what sources are saying that some of the seats have been identified for HAM. About 7-8 seats have been identified by the BJP that these are the seats we're going to give you. Seat sharing talks are going to be held again. Properly they are going to have one set of discussions, so it will be easier to find out then. But demands are like somebody wants to be deputy CM, somebody wants 20 seats, somebody wants 40. So right now they are all making crazy demands.
Last 2 questions. Prashant Kishor is the unknown factor this time because last time he was not there. So, and he's been consistently campaigning for quite some time now. How do you see Prashant Kishor? Is he going to be the X factor? Is he going to upset the apple cart for either of the alliances? How will Prashant Kishor impact the NDA in general? What's your reading?
Prashant Kishor has definitely been working up quite a bit of a storm in certain areas of Bihar, and the fact that he has been a strategist who has crafted strategies for so many different sets of politicians also works in his favor. We've seen like a lot of crowds come to his rallies, which means that there is a bit of a resonance amongst the people. Now, will that crowd translate into votes? We are not sure. We don't know. But as of now, he's been making a lot of anti-establishment noises. And even though the India parties are saying that this is going to dent the BJP, one tends to believe that it is not going to be the case, because if you are anti-establishment, you're going to cut into the votes of the anti-establishment parties. So obviously the opposition parties, I think, are going to be a little more affected by it. And I think Prashant Kishor has let it known that he's open to alliances once the elections are done. I think he means that what he's indicating is that he is open to align with the India parties once the elections are over. This is what he's saying before the elections. Now, the fact that he's done pretty decently in the by-polls, and this is completely, his party is completely untested, we do not know how it's going to translate. So he needs to be keenly watched, and he cannot be ruled out, because he's drawing so many crowds. It can always translate into good votes. So he is going to be the X factor in this election. So he's going to be.
That was going to be my last question. What do you think is the X factor, or what should we look out for in this election in Bihar from the NDA fold? If you were to look at it, what would be something that everyone should be keenly watching? Is there a particular move, a party or a leader that you would actually say?
Within the NDA, I think the one person one should keep an eye on is Chirag Paswan, specifically because of the way he's making his moves. If you look at him in the past, even though he walked out of the NDA and he was very angry with the NDA, he said, no, but Modi is great for me, I really trust him. And he was rewarded in the right kinds. He was given 5 seats by the NDA in the Lok Sabha elections, and got 5 seats. And that has really bettered his prospects. He's now a union minister. Now he's again making the same kind of noises. We don't know how much of a bargain does he benefit, or how does he benefit from this bargain. But it feels like Nitish is not fighting, and his party is not fighting for a bigger position. The smaller parties do not have that much of a call. So I think the BJP is going to keep Chirag happy, might give him something bigger, So he looks, inside the BJP, it looks like he is going to be somebody to watch out for.
Okay. The other day when we were doing our video in Bihar, Shaman Joy, our special correspondent, actually said that Prashant Kishor was the one who should look out for, because he might cut the NDA or the India alliance both ways. Amrita is of the view that Chirag Paswan is the one to look out for. All this means is that Bihar elections are going to be an interesting one. There's going to be a lot of political developments, a lot of videos, and for all of that, stay tuned to DeccanHerald.com.